well.
Okay.
That's okay.
Go ahead and give me your name.
Melba, the mouth. Rig.
Okay. And then, so let's pick it up, Melba, with Galena being a ghost town, and then how it started out as a mining, kind of came down on hard times.
Actually, it was a mining and a ghost town, but okay.
And then you guys started to do some stuff, and then Mike Wallace comes through.
Well, Mike Wallace came through before. But I got you. You want the story, otherwise. Yeah, you want the story. Okay. The story goes. Are you ready? Here we go. The story goes is my sister found this building. It sat here for years, and it was actually abandoned. It had become really down, and my sister decided she wanted to do a Route 66 flea market. So when we got the building, there was an old rusty truck parked against a brick wall in the parking lot. Well, we sold the truck because we didn't need the truck, and we sold it to a local farmer. When we sold it to the local farmer, Michael Wallace, who's the voice of the sheriff car, who came through with Disney and Pixar in the year 2000 to do the research for the movie Cars. He told my sister Renee to get it back, it's Tomater. I'm like, to who? We never seen the movie. When we went to watch the movie, we actually smelled so bad that people moved away from us because we was cleaning the place up. When we got the movie, laughed ourselves silly, we bought that truck back and been going crazy ever since. Now, the reason why Michael brought them through here was because they asked Michael to bring to a ghost town. This was actually a mining town that had over 38,000 people in it at one time. When it was a mining town, it was the biggest mining town in Missouri, Joplin, Missouri. We're gonna have problems. And we said this town died 3 times. First, when the mining town died. Second, when Route 66 died. Third, when the drinking age went from 18 to 21. So that's when this town died. So when we started this business, everybody thought we were crazy because they didn't know why we was doing it. But when they started seeing buses and vans, RVs, and all kinds of vehicles stopping to see Tomater, they realized that they were missing an opportunity to bring back Route 66. We got the town of Galena so invested in Route 66 that we actually have a brand new street, brand new stoplights, brand new lights for the road. We've restored the Front Street Bridge, which actually is a viaduct, not a bridge, that goes over Route 66. My sister and I got 2 more partners, and this place became 4 women on the route. We lost 2 of our partners, one to a heart attack and one that moved on. Got 2 new partners in the year 2013, and they were men, so they didn't want to wear pink, so we named it Cars on the Route. So we've been going crazy ever since. Now, I've retired in about 6 years now, and it's actually ran by Miss Linda, who's a volunteer here, and she cooks killer hamburgers. But she still opens it up from Tuesday to Saturday from 10 to 3, because, I hate to say this, nobody else wants to work. But Miss Linda does it all by herself, and we support her in everything we can. We're still doing Route 66. I still do speeches. Well, I still come up here for buses and when everybody asks for groups like this. So, anything else?
Yes, tell me about what today was. Describe today, like the bus coming in and having the burgers and everybody.
Okay, we got this down to an art. The biggest group we ever had coming through here was 175 bikers at one time, and we served them hamburgers. We've got this down to an art. We know how to put hamburgers. If Miss Linda's not cooking them on the grill, we bring our chief of police, which is my brother-in-law, down here, and he cooks on the grill outside. We put them out there so everybody can make their own hamburgers, grab a chip, and grab a drink. So that way it doesn't mess with the flow of going through Route 66. But we've done that forever. We've served people hamburgers. Matter of fact, the first time I got this story, the first time we served on the grill, it was funny. We had a big group come through. We didn't have our grill set up yet. My brother-in-law wasn't the chief of police yet. He brought his grill down here, and we served him hamburgers. And it was a big bike group of 75 from Norway. They thought it was so cool. They went on down Route 66, going to California, telling us, yeah, 4 women are cool. They set up a barbecue for us. We didn't set up a barbecue, but they tell everybody I'm down there, and we get all these people calling, how are you setting up barbecues for people? But after that, we started getting bike groups and buses and things like that. So
tell me about the amount of international versus domestic tourists.
Oh my goodness! When we first started this business, we were just blown away how many Europeans love Route 66. They like the nostalgia. They like the mom and pop shops. They like we call it ghetto art or ghetto cliques or whatever, our artwork that people done on the side of the road. They thought it was cool. So our first year, we got maybe 2,000-3,000 Europeans and maybe 1,000 Americans. After we got Business of the Year 2 years in, we've got over, oh man, we actually have a book up there. We ask people to sign where they're from. The last count before I retired 6 years ago was 8,000 Europeans and about 2,000 Americans. But Miss Linda Last count she said she got before the pandemic was almost 15,000 Europeans and 10,000 Americans. So it's cheaper to run Route 66. It's great for the kids. It's great for bring back memories of when you was a kid. And I love when people come in here, especially kids with the little games and stuff. If I get their attention and they learn something, that made my whole day. And I do that a lot. I love kids. We actually had William Berg, who actually was overseas, makes these little miniatures for us. And we have one in our glass case over there. It's a miniature when we was 4 women on the route, and I love telling that story. And yes, my name is Melba the Math, and I do have a talking to the past. Sometimes some was usually fun time on city planning next day. I do talk to this faster. It took a little bit faster, but I don't have my teeth in my mouth right now. So there you go. But I do that because everybody in my family is 6'1", 6'2", and I'm only 5'1", so you had to talk to get out of the way. I don't get out of the way, that's why I talk fast. But I do that, and Europeans' eyes get this real big, and I'm like realizing that I'm talking too fast or too loud. So I have to physically slow myself down.
Okay, tell me about the gentleman that turns his feet around.
Mr. Walker, who's right behind you. Mr. Walker actually came here when we first did this, and he came in and he goes, hey, look what I can do. And he turned his feet completely backwards, and I almost lost my breakfast. But what it was is Mr. Walker was actually found on the Rainbow Bridge. Michael Wallace came through with the group, and he knew what Dean could do, which is turn his feet completely backwards. He's a mascot for the high school in Baxter Springs all his life, and he can turn his feet completely backwards. That is the inspiration for Tomato's favorite thing to do, which of course is drive backwards. They met him on Rainbow Bridge, and that's where they got the idea.
Now, tomato obviously is like the word tomato.
Right, like mater, yeah.
Did tomato, that name exist before the movie?
Actually, they got that name, if I'm correct, if I remember my story correctly, from an old race car driver, dirt race car driver. And his name was Tomato, like tomato. Yeah. Actually, and then we actually had Mr. Get Her Done sign our sign our glove box from Tomato. So, and we had when we first started this business, a lot of people said that's not the real Tomato. We actually have proof. We are on Wikipedia. We are on Disney. We are on Pixar's website. We actually have books written about us, and we have, of course, Michael Wallace's book written about us. So it was called The Making of Cars. So yes, we are, and we do have the original Tomato.
Do you have a website?
Galena has a website. Linda, Cars has a website? Cars on the Route have a website? Do we still have our website?
Well,
yeah.
If somebody wants to find you on the internet.
Oh, that's easy. Just type in Cars on the Route, 4 Women on the Route, Melba the Mouth. I'm on Google. Galena has a Facebook, Galena, Kansas. And yes, I do think we do have a Facebook. Cars on the Route has a Facebook. Okay?
I think I'm good. Actually.
All right. Anything else?
Do me a favor. Tell me, you had one story that you told me, kind of a little bit noisy here when you were telling.
Which one?
Shoot.
Was it the mining? The miners?
No, I think it was something about the kids or people like the...
Oh, when the kids bring... Okay, Route 66 is actually for everybody. It's not just for the adults or older people. Older people get nostalgia. They remember this. Oh, I remember doing that. Oh, I remember that hamburger. But when you bring the kids in and their eyes grow up, there's things on this route a lot for kids. And everybody thinks there's not, but there is. You've got Pops. You've got the Blue Whale. You've got all kinds of things in Missouri. You've got all kinds of great museums. But when people come in with kids and they have their little games and playing and stuff, and if I can get their attention and they learn something, that makes my day. That's my day. Anything else?